Last time on Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.
That's going to activate the Morgana. He's going to move out of the way. And there's a pool of Phazon. And in that pool of Phazon are Phazoids. There we go. Red Phazoid defeated. Now let's get rid of all the other Phazoids around the area. We will do just that. So, let's speed up and play silly music as my constant attempts to try and get this friend voucher undoubtedly fail. Yes! I got it first time! And there's an energy tank. There we go, red Phazoid defeated. That was a close one. But now that we have the X-ray visor and the note. Screw off! Seriously! There's a missile expansion. We nearly have all the missile expansions in the game now. Not very many to go. Hello, A Person here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. We are at the GFS Valhalla, having collected all 9 energy cells, but there's something unsettling about this place. It's time to delve into the GFS Valhalla and find something that we need in order to beat the game. You need 7 energy cells, I believe, in order to get what you need to finish the game. But having all 9 will allow you to get all the power-ups anyway. We'll explain more in detail, but we're after something that is going to help us to access something on the pirate homeworld. And that will allow us to access the planet where Dark Samus resides. So, without further ado, let's push! Twist! Twist! Okay, that was a bit tricky. So yeah, when you do this, you use up one of the energy cells you're carrying. You need to have an energy cell available in order to put into every one of these locks. So now that we've done that, we can activate this hand scanner right here and proceed inside. Oh, important enemy to scan here. Mini-roids. Combat rating negligible. Combat rating negligible. Infant does not develop powers. Mini-roids, tiny and weak, will travel in a flock for protection. They float and fly around in search of sustenance. Those that survive will quickly become the feared parasites known throughout the cosmos as Phazon Metroids. But that's not what I was actually interested in. I'm interested in these guys again. For the last time in the game, we've got one more set of street bats to scan. Come on. There we go. Phazon Street Bat. Aggressive ceiling dweller that dive bombs approaching organisms. Even more aggressive than normal species, Phazon Street Bats will not hesitate to attack any creature that wanders too close. Their dive bomb attack erupts in a burst of Phazon energy, which usually proves fatal to weaker organisms. These Street Bats are mainly found in areas with high amounts of Phazon. Instead of the usual insects and small creatures Street Bats usually feed on, these have come to rely on Phazon as a food source. And we're about to get bombarded by Street Bats. Fortunately, there's some health supplies nearby. We also have some Galactic Federation lore here. I know, actually, no, this tells you where all of the energy cells are, but you don't necessarily need to have come here and get all these before you scan these, unlike in Prime 2 where you had to go to the Sky Temple key in order to finish the logbook. This is a bit more thought out this time around. Walkway has been destroyed. Structure seems to have been hit by large, fast-moving objects. If you know something about the geometry of this ship, by the way, it's quite similar to the GFS Olympus at the beginning of the game, and you'll see a bit more. So it's kind of like the they mass-produced ship or something. So they do the next thought. What was that? I don't like the sound of that. Target appears to be contained inside this area while trying to escape his attackers. We know there was a big space pirate attack led by Dark Samus in search of an Aurora unit here. I'm about to see why. There's a hand scanner here, but it's blocked off by a Federation trooper. So how are we supposed to get past here? Well, I suppose they were already dead to begin with. Oh no, there's Metroids in this room! Hyper mode, immediately! There's also a load of mini-roids in here, but we've already just scanned them. Right. Trying to mass kill many of them. I believe the mini-roids can become Metroids in some situations. You may recognise this sort of room as a similar one in the GFS Olympus. However, this one's a bit more dark in a way. I love it when these games take an old safe area and make it seem more dangerous. Oh, come on. It's like kind of like in the first Prime game, how they took the tutorial area and turned that into a much darker, more atmospheric area. That was genius. That was one of my favourite parts of the original Prime game. And now that Metroid's been destroyed, we've cleared the room of enemies. Okay, so we have to do a lot to do in this ship, because there's plenty of places to go. There's 2 rooms. We've got some liquid phase in here. If you haven't already scanned this from Norion, here's your chance to do so. And there's some enemies here. Phase and grubs, which we've already seen before. Yeah, all the enemies in this place are going to be phasing based, just going to say that now. And there'll be quite a few we haven't seen yet, so this is going to be your main way of accessing more phasing entries in the logbook. Now there's 2 ways we can go here. We can either go through the left or through the right. I'm going to go through the right first, just to see what's beyond this way. Pilot was unable to safely navigate through the conveyor corridors inside the ship. There's another energy cell that we already have. Okay, now we've got some more use for our energy cells right here, but they are covered up by plasma beam molten lava cores, so we need to get rid of them. And let's push, twist, and again. Let's push, twist. That looks very familiar. Wait, haven't we seen these guys before somewhere? We have a new enemy here. We're actually facing actual Ing now. We are on their home world after all. This is the Inglet, worker drone of the Ing Horde. Yeah, Phase Ing, war-crawling shapeshifter, vulnerable to physical stress. Phasing bodies are weak to physical stress and can be easily pulled apart. These morphing blobs of phase often prefer to stay in puddle form, or only shift out to attack. Their ability to move all over types of terrain allows them to position themselves at a distance before attacking with bursts of phaser energy. Well, I guess it makes sense. I mean, the phaser meteor is what impacted planet Ether and created the Ing, so it would naturally come to reason to think that the Ing could take on the form of phaser. But it seems the Ing was still at it all along. Plot twist. Anyway, along this route, Galactic Federation data file, Talon 4 incident. Planet Talon 4, formerly a chosen colony, was struck by a stellar object 50 years ago. Object was later determined to contain large quantities of phason. The Chozo were able to stave off the spread of phason at the cost of many Chozo lives. The survivors abandoned the planet, fleeing to an unknown location. Decades later, Hunter Samus Aran responded to a distress call in the sector and discovered a space pirate mining station there. Aran eliminated both the pirate and phason threat from the planet, though not without cost. Again, Galactic Federation law order is different depending on whether you're playing the trilogy version or the original version, but don't know how many times I need to go over that, but there we go. Anyway, jump over the side. And is there any other law in here? No, but we have this ramp right here. If you want to jump over this way, go through this door, and then we have ourselves a missile expansion. Only 2 more missile expansions in the entire game to obtain. We really are getting up there in items now. We also have this right here. So I guess they wanted you to really come here to get an idea where the energy cells were actually located, but it turns out in this game they're mostly on the way anyway and rather easy to find, so the clues I guess were a bit of a bonus really. Anyway, we have mainly got what we came into this room for. This is pretty much a dead end at this point. So let's go back through this way. We did need to use 2 energy cells up to get to this room, and there's a Metroid here. And another Metroid. And another one. We like that Busted song all over again. Okay, now that that's dealt with, let's find a way upwards. We want to try and climb this stairwell. And I believe you start to do that by going over this side right here. So if you remember how the layout of this was structured, if you remember how this was structured on the GFS Olympus, there's a similar deal here, except this one leads to a rather more expansive routes than what happened on the Olympus, where it was just to get a missile launcher. Now, you need to wait for the electricity to stop here before you jump through this gap. And we want to go through this door. Another phasing. Don't necessarily need to grapple them, they do go down quite easily through the Nova Beam. But again, I suppose you say there's no guarantee you necessarily have the Nova Beam at this point if you've been collecting energy cells along the way. You do need the Nova Beam in order to actually finish the GFS Valhalla. That's the minimum requirements to actually be able to do so. In fact, you don't even need to beat Omega Ridley before completing this place. But I felt story-wise it made more sense to do this now. Yeah. Things are pretty bleak here. There we go. Okay, he's using more force to get through this section right here. That'll open up the way to the other side. There we go, that phasing is destroyed. This is the name of the pun. Oh. There's multiple ways we can go now, more. Should get the scan visor out, dang it. They're just more phasing and grubbed anyway, so. You're phasing and grubbed too, you're all phasing and grubs here, aren't they? Yeah. Target is a backup power generator used for emergencies. Damaged units is short-circuiting. This pirate was unsuccessful in his attempt to crawl through the duct and escape attack. Well, not even the space pirates made it out alive in this attack then. Also, that liquid phase is causing havoc. Fogged up on the visor a bit there. Now, is there something in this room? Because I can see a bunch of tubes around the place, but it may be related to something else entirely. We may have to take a long way round. So I think we want to go through this door first. Yep, I can hear power up. Paneling has become unhinged. Scans indicate physical stress could rip the panel off. This control terminal is not receiving any power. Unit is currently offline. Oh, looks like we've got an energy cell to put in. So, let's push! Twist! And that creates a lift. There's also a power up in here somewhere. Where could the power up be though? Okay, let's take the lift. And try and figure out how to get this power up. You can hear it from somewhere. Okay, now that's a way back. I think there's another side we need to be on somehow. How did you get through it anyway? Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is going to here. That's not a multiple bomb slot. However, it might appear to be one. If we go through this tunnel right here, hit the lift. Roll along this way. It's not that way, by the looks of it. Okay. Need to do a bit more exploring then. Down this way instead. There's a missile expansion. We only have one more missile expansion to acquire in the entire game, and it's on the GFS Valhalla as well. I'll say that. So let's get out of here. Now we go along this way. Okay, I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back, so let's continue exploring the GFS Valhalla. Looks like we've got some grapple action coming. Oh dear. My mistake is actually more four we need to use to get through here. Yeah, easy tunnel to get through. Whoa! Ah, there's a Metroid here. Go away, Metroids. Got out just in time before corruption. That's a relief. Now, if you go over here, we have another energy cell lock. So that's push, twist, and we've used 5 energy cells so far. As you can see, some of these are offshoot areas, so you don't actually need to use them all. In fact, you only need 5 of them rather than 7, but there you go. Security door has been blown off of its position. Facing base explosives are likely the cause. Scans detect life support systems of subject suit malfunctioned. Trooper suffocated to death. Yeah. Energy burns on Trooper's armor indicate he was flung by an explosion into the window. Oh, there's more phasing in here. Oh no, this is where you need to go actually. This door right here is a one of the kind in the entire game. Make sure you scan this. Door has low level energy shield. Only high frequency beams can disrupt the shield and open the door. This green coloured energy shield of this type of Federation door can only be disrupted by a high frequency beam. Shooting the shield with the proper beam will activate and open the door. Very important we got that. This is the big research entry in this area that we needed. I'm going to come back to that door later because that's going to be required for when we need to beat the game, but for now what we actually want to do is explore more side offshoot areas. But it's still important you come here because we have the final energy tank in the game. Not that it'll matter going to the final encounter, but nice to have our full energy capacity. In fact, we don't even need to get to use our full energy capacity for long, but unless you're doing this before Omega Ridley, but oh well. Now, let's leave this area. We will come back through this door at a later point, but for now, I want to explore the GFS Valhalla and collect all the items along here. Ooh! Airlock. I mean, this ship is without power, so it makes sense that the airlocks are malfunctioning somewhat. See another Metroid down here. There we go, just the old-fashioned way. Now we've got a Seeker missile lock right here. Ooh, and there's a trooper that's just blown right over there. Ooh! Oh, if for some reason you missed these guys on planet Brio, there's another chance to scan them right here. Just thought I'd let you know that. Unfortunately, they are outside. We are in a separate room. I believe you access this point from below. No points. This is a bit like that room where we had to play tag with the space pirates back on the Olympus. So just in case you wondered how the Olympus would fit together in that regard. That being said, it's a route around in a way. Oh yeah, this is one from Skytown. We're at the cooling system. There's also an item around here. Using a missile will blow this way open and open the way forward. However, I want to look around the area a bit more. Oh, we've got a new enemy right here. These guys are phase and hoppers. Very limited scan this. Make sure you get these here. Phase and hoppers are more resilient than other hoppers, but can still be damaged by standard weaponry. The crystallized phasen covering their bodies provides additional protection from attacks. Like other hoppers, these are capable of long-range assaults. They will spit bursts of phasen venom at prey from a distance. Alright, let's take care of you guys. And the atomic's in here now. What am I doing? There we go. The topic's dealt with. I don't think Hyper Mode even... Wow! Complete ambush right there. Fortunately we have 14 energy tanks now, so it really doesn't matter. There's already some energy cells in there by the looks of it. Energy generator offline. Multiple power sources are needed to restore normal operations. Okay, there's an item in this room somewhere, so let's try and grab it. Also, there's another energy cell clue right here. Central command. Well, we found that one quite easily in the end. Right then. I think you all say the same thing, don't you? Anyway, I think this is the key to getting the upgrade here. So let's pull this off. Wow. And I got hit by the panel because of course I did. Okay, there's two slots for energy cells right here. There's also some... Oh, okay. This one is a repeat from the Olympus. Interesting. I guess they really did reuse a lot of geometry for this level. So let's push, twist, and again let's push, twist. Let's go reactivate this. And create something for us to chase after. But I don't know why we want to go after it, but oh well. We'll try to get 100% I guess. So through here. A very familiar tunnel. It's from the Olympus, but this one goes a slightly different direction afterwards. And we have ourselves a ship missile expansion. Oh well, there aren't too many more of those left in the game. They are needed for 100% though, so we have to get them. There we go. Right, we do need to go out through a different route. And this will put us somewhere. Just run right through the electricity. I would heavily advise against that, but then again, we do have 14 energy tanks now, so... Energy isn't so much of an issue really, we're not going to die so easily. And there aren't really too many major challenges left here anyway. Especially when you see what's actually in our way towards the end. In case you're wondering, through this door we have another power-up access somewhere. Let's choose a missile on this. And another one. And another one. And it drops an enemy in place. Bunch of phase hoppers that are here to eat us. Or we can see a missile expansion right below us. That's not how I intended to exit the whole thing, but oh well. Anyway. Let's pull this off. Transfer into morphball mode. And collect the last missile expansion in the entire game. We have 50 out of 50 missile expansions. Yet there will be still more upgrades we need to obtain and truly get 100% because right now we currently have 98 out of 100 pickups. So yeah, we're getting towards the end now. Okay, so we have basically covered all that we can in the GFS Valhalla, I believe. Yeah, there's a tunnel from here, but that was connected to this room previously, so though it's registered as us going through this room, we have in fact not... we only really went through that in a tube, so let's go back through this way. Destroy you guys. There's a few other enemies I haven't seen yet, but they should be around here somewhere. So we're going to go through here now. Sorry, this is completely the wrong way. Never mind. What we actually want to do is go back through this way and take the lift again. Which has very kindly reset itself. Even though we did absolutely nothing. How does that work? Seriously, this is an abandoned ship. It shouldn't work like that at all. And yet here we are. Anyway, what we want to do is actually go through... oh, there we go again. This door right here. And head towards that Nova beam door we saw before. If only we had that grapple beam when fighting the Ing on planet Ether, that would be so useful. Anyway, let's finally go through this Nova beam door. Sometimes the atmosphere just speaks for itself. Sometimes commentary isn't needed. And I think this is one of those occasions. Eerie place. Come on. Destroy these phasing grubs. We'll look out for potentially other new enemies because there's still a few I haven't seen yet, which are somewhere. I mean, which are the rooms that we're in right now? This is the Aurora access. Have we been everywhere we can? I think we... There's a repair base somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where that is. Maybe I'm thinking of a different location. Anyway, let's go into this room. And this is where we've been trying to aim for. Kind of. Some energy cell panels right here. These are the two required ones that you'd need if you were going through this normally without going for 100%. So what we need to do is find a way to open those up. Walkway ramps locked. Return power to local stations to move walkways into place. And as we explore more of the GFS Valhalla. We need to figure out how to get beyond that route right there. Fortunately, we have the double jump, so we can just jump around it, so it's not really that hard in the end. Yeah. This place is so atmospheric, man. Right. How are we going to get the power back in order? Through that, I guess. So that door right there is where we're aiming for. However, we do need to restore power in order to get to it. Okay, so I believe we have 2 energy cells left in our possession. So let's put them in. For the final time in the game, let's push, twist, and push, twist. Nunchuck failure again. Been a very long time since that happened. Oh, and we've got another boss battle, kind of, but we already know this guy is actually really easy. All you do is this. So much for a final challenge on the GFS Valhalla, and you get so much for it as well. Yeah. But I knew it wasn't going to be quite as funny the second time around, so didn't bother to sugarcoat it at all. Right, let's proceed onwards and get out of this place. But not before getting what we came here for. Anything of interest around here? What lies beyond this door? Find out next. No, not next time. We are doing it this episode, honestly. But I usually take a short break for recording's sake because it's another long episode by the looks of it. But that's not a problem because, honestly, the more content the better as far as I'm concerned. Okay, it's time to find out the ultimate secret of the GFS Valhalla. As we press on, we have an endless spawn of Metroids. Was this the ultimate secret of the Valhalla? Yeah, they just keep spawning, don't they? I think that's the last of the Metroids. Anyway, through here. This looks pretty substantial, don't you think? Target was part of an energy generation system that fed power into the ship's Aurora units. But the Aurora units doesn't seem to be around here. Data backup terminal online. Enter the proper code to access the backup data files of the ship. Trooper appears to have been cornered before being impaled with a pirate melee weapon. He's dropped something beside him as well. Let's have a look at this. This model of PDEA is commonly used by many Federation personnel. The current display reads 78356. Let's try this then. 7 8, 3, 5, 6.
Data log entry 2467.3. This will be the last communication of the GFS Valhalla. Our efforts to repel the space pirate boarding force have failed. They have successfully removed the primary mounting structure around our stasis tank. It is obvious now that they intend to extract us from the Valhalla. It is vital that the Federation receive this transmission. Severing main power. A large bioform is creating a wormhole. Implant into sentient planet which is the source of all phasor. Darkness coming.
And you get a friend voucher for that. So, that was Aurora Unit 313, this ship's Aurora unit. But, as you can see, it was forcibly removed from its tank and is no longer here. Dark Samus wanted an Aurora unit, and it looks like she got one. Galactic Federation data file and her incident. Planet Aether, home of the Luminov, was struck by a phasor meteor 5 decades ago. The impact had catastrophic effects on the already unstable planet, creating a dark twin of the planet and a dire race known as the Ing. A brutal war between the twin planets took place, with the Ing gaining the upper hand. The GFS tier went to the sector to investigate pirate activity, but were forced to make an emergency landing on Aether. Shortly after, the entire crew of Tyr was attacked and annihilated by the Ing. Hunter Samus Aran was sent to investigate, and wound up entangled in the local conflicts. Aran fought against both space pirates and Ing, and arose victorious. Aether's dark twin vanished, taking with it the Ing horde, and the planet's peace was finally restored. After the Aether incident, the Federation sent the GFS and her back to Aether to deal with the pirate base. Upon arrival, the crew and marines of the Anher assisted the native Luminov in dismantling an abandoned space pirate mine facility. During the operation, the crew detected the presence of Phazon. The ship's crew investigated and collected several kilograms of ore, which would later lead to the development of the PED. That's a very interesting piece of lore right there. Bit of a gunfight here. And now, let's get ultimately what we came here for. We're into the space pirate boarding pod here. This is now in pirate technology, as you can probably tell by all the colours. So let's use the grapple voltage to give it power. Now X-ray visor to interact with this. The next one's here. Up here. Oh. And here. And our reward for completing the GFS Valhalla is the pirate code. We need this to finish the game.
The data you just acquired appears to be a space pirate Leviathan command code. It is likely that this code could allow us to control the Leviathan in orbit above the pirate home world. Find a way onto the Leviathan and use that code.
Okay, so if you come here before defeating Omega Grizzly, the Aurora unit will deliver a slightly different message. I'm going to take some footage off the internet to show that particular one off.
The data you just acquired appears to be a space pirate entry code. We are unable to determine its purpose at this time.
Okay, so there's still a few things on the GFS Valhalla that I wanted to try and scan, so I need to know exactly where they are. So I'm going to take a short break for a moment as I look up exactly where to find these things, and I will be with you when I find out. We will jump cuts to places to scan the things that are missing. Okay, so it turns out that the enemy I was thinking of only appears if you come to the GFS Valhalla before you get the Seeker missiles, so we cannot scan it here. However, we will get another chance to scan it, so in the final level we will have a chance to scan this thing, along with a couple of enemies that can only be found there. And the other enemy that I was thinking of was one we actually had in the logbook, so whoops. Anyway, let's open this door. Now we have the pirate code. We're heading back to the pirate homeworld. But we won't be just putting the pirate code in there. There's a few other things I want to do there as well. Like, we still have a few red phasoids that we want to get on the pirate homeworld. And we still have 2 more power-ups we need to obtain in order to get 100%. As a result, we will be doing a fair amount on the pirate homeworld while we are there. So, as a result, I'm going to be landing in a slightly different location to where you normally go at this point. We're going to be landing at the research facility. But we're going to be doing all of that in the next episode. So, thank you for watching this episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please share this LP with your friends so we get more people watching the videos and the LP in general. And hit that notification bell so you can get notified of all future upcoming uploads. Also follow me on Twitter at GenericAperson for various ramblings on video games, football, Formula 1 and many other interests I have, which are all listed in the bio. Thank you for watching. I've been A Person, sorry. Changed my channel name recently for goodness sake. So, I've been A Person, goodbye.